Welcome back. Coming from us to you. I think this is like episode 5 or 6. Yeah, we're banging them out, and I feel good about what we've put out. We're learning, we're jiving, we're diving.
Absolutely.
And we got a great special guest, friend of the pod, on today.
My son, my blood relative.
Brian.
Thank you for having me, boys.
Brian
I'm excited.
Wins. How we doing, brother?
We've been talking about this for a while, so glad to finally get on.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for making it short notice as well. Yeah, welcome back to coming to us from you. Appreciate all the traffic we've been getting. Drop some comments for feedback. We're always looking to develop and grow it and get it right for you guys. So appreciate you guys listening and following us through this all.
We got a good lineup for you today. We're going to go through. We just saw a movie last night, Air. We saw Air, the movie.
Ever heard of it?
It's about Nike. Not a spoiler, but spoiler alert, we will maybe spoil it unless Winsel tells us not to. But we're going to talk about Air. We're going to go through what's going on in the world of sports because, my oh my, there's a lot going on. Maybe talk about a little bit, current news, current events. We'll stay on the podcast ritual. And then we'll talk to Winsel at the end with a little bit of a griller.
Got to grill him.
Oh, putting me under the microscope?
Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Maybe. But yeah, at the moment of this recording, today is Wednesday the 10th. We're watching the Maple Leafs play the Florida Panthers right now. What's the basketball game that's on right now?
Heat Knicks.
Heat Knicks are on, and then tonight, is that Denver Nuggets game again?
No, Celtics.
Celtics Sixers
Celtics
tonight?
Sixers, I think.
I think that's tomorrow night.
Might be Lakers, Warriors then.
Yeah, there's tons going on.
We'll
give you score updates of this hockey game, maybe the basketball game. As we go. Otherwise, we can get into Air, dude.
Hell yeah. No, yeah, I was excited. Spencer, if you guys watched last week's episode.
Last guest.
He suggested a Tuesday movie night, which is an awesome deal in Chicago. It's what were the tickets, like $8?
Our theater, I think it was a $7 ticket.
Yeah.
$6.99.
Nice.
I'm going Friday, and they're $19 each.
Yeah.
So that is highway robbery.
It's crazy.
Jesus.
But yeah, it worked out. He wanted to go to the movies, and Randall made the good suggestion to pivot to
Air.
swoosh.
Yeah, we were going to see
Air
Spoiler, Michael Jordan's pretty good at basketball.
That was surprising to me.
We were going to check out Guardians 3, and I was like, well, I think Air's still in theaters. Maybe we see Air.
Absolutely. No, I'm glad we did it. It was good. It's definitely like we talked about, kind of like you already know everything, but they just dramatize it.
So the way I explained it last night, we were kind of chatting about the movie over a beer right after the movie, and like being like a documentary, kind of like how Netflix does their docuseries, but this is like into an acting movie. I think it automatically has a ceiling. You know, like there's a certain ceiling that it can't, like they can only be so good when they make movies like that. Like, what's another good example of a movie like that?
Shrek, maybe.
No, but like a documentary made into a movie.
Yeah, like
because
the OJ trials.
Big Short.
Yeah, and
Big Short.
It's like based on a true story. Big Short, right? That's a little bit more creative because this was like pretty tied to Jordan and Nike, but like so what's gonna happen, but they can be a little creative with the story. It was good.
Yeah,
I think it was good for kind of what they were working with.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love seeing Matt Damon and
Star-studded cast
and Affleck working together.
Yeah.
Ever since the Good Will Hunting days, man,
Can't go wrong.
They're awesome,
Yeah.
awesome crew.
Power duo.
I wanted to
Power
read
couple.
off the cast just because how strong it
Hit 'em.
is. It's Affleck, Matt Damon, Viola Davis,
Awesome role.
Chris Tucker, Jason Bateman, and then there's a couple supporting actors who are really good.
Yeah,
Good
Chris
names as
Tucker was a
well.
nice portion of the movie.
Yeah,
I like him
he had a
lot.
good role in the movie.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Caught
He's
me off
awesome.
guard.
Was just
He
watching
looked a
Rush
bit
Hour
different.
on TV today.
You were?
Yeah.
I love those movies.
So
dude.
It's been a
just
long time
A lot of
since
Chris
Rush
Tucker
Hour.
around.
I fucking.
When was? We'll look it up. Guesses as to when Rush
I think
Hour
it's been
came
like
out.
was
it
it
2000?
First one? No, early. I want to say 90s.
I want to say 2000.
the first
I want to say
one?
98.
I'm gonna go 99.
I'm gonna say 2000. Let's see, 98.
Wow,
We were all
Let's go.
pretty close.
Let's go.
Winsel's also a movie critic for those. Of you
I
who
don't get
know.
out much. So,
But yeah, all in all, I appreciate it. I thought it was well done. riveting. Oh, I mean, the fucking soundtrack was phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Spoiler alert: in the first, like the opening song is "Money's for Nothing" by Dire Straits, the sickest guitar solo you've ever heard in your life. So yeah, I was ready. I was jived up and ready to go from the jump. But yeah, all in all, I think I would recommend it for sure. I think that those who don't know enough about Michael Jordan would probably benefit because, like, if you're into sports at all, you're like, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. How are they going to introduce it? But I thought they did it pretty well. Bateman had a good role. I like Bateman's role too.
Yeah, and two, also, like, so I was telling them before we started recording that I haven't seen the movie yet, and I also wasn't based off the trailer. It looked a little cheesy, but they did say that it kind of got past that and went deeper than that. So
Yeah.
Definitely something. I'm not sponsored by Air the movie, so
We're
taking
but definitely something
sponsorships.
to check out.
We got a little fight in this hockey game.
I fucking love hockey
Dude,
fights, man.
you got to see this hit.
This dude looks dead.
Check out the Toronto Florida game at 7
Florida?
minutes and 7 seconds, second period.
So we'll get
For those that aren't in the living room right now.
we'll get into the NHL playoffs here shortly, podcast listeners, but goddamn, watch this hit. We'll get into this. Hold on, this is a nasty hit.
Ooh, did somebody touch the goalie? Oh my god! Both skates left the ground into the glass.
And then a
got
fight
depleted.
broke out.
Oh my!
He was wrong place.
He
wrong
doesn't
time.
know what planet he's on right now.
Dude, he's fucking knocked senseless.
He
Holy
doesn't know his
shit.
own name.
But back to the Air soundtrack specifically.
Oh, sick.
So I was reading up on it a little bit because I was kind of like looking back at what songs they had, and I think that they were trying to like embellish the 1984 era.
Sure,
obviously.
absolutely. Yeah.
But supposedly, read online, Ben Affleck, one of the movie stars of the movie, and supposedly a director. I didn't realize he directed it.
He's part director.
He was part director as well. So he gave the, let's see what the specific title was, the music supervisor on set.
Mm-hmm.
He sent her his playlist titled 1984.
Are you serious?
I swear. And supposedly 3 or 4 songs were derived from that playlist that made the movie.
Sick, dude.
And then just to support that, the music supervisor was, so what she was trying to do with the music in this movie was she explained that she wanted to use the music authentically. And it says that like she would base the song and what the lyrics were in the song with what was going on the screen.
I
as
love
well.
when they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that's why I connected to it and liked the music more because
Sure.
it was like perfectly in sync with what was going on.
Yeah. No, just like with regards to music, like a little side note, have you guys seen the Lord of the Rings memes where it's like music is everything?
Yeah.
No.
And it'll be like, so like, I don't know if you remember the part where Frodo like is almost dead and he wakes up in a bed and like Gandalf's there and like Legolas comes in, but they changed the music for something like mystical to wow, 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 wow.
They're about to-
I've been really
they're about to fuck.
Yeah, it feels so sexual. So yeah, props to that movie director or the music director in Air. She did a good job.
The music, yeah.
Plus, I mean, like the 80s, like
Banger.
just hit at like you can't go wrong with really like
I agree.
you could throw any song from like 70s or 80s in there, and it would hit.
I agree. I hear from Uncle Joe all the time. He's like, granted, he grew up like 80s was his heyday, but he's like, they always
to the
talk
pop.
about the 70s, but the 80s was nobody gave a fuck.
100%.
It was just like the time to be alive. So good thing we missed that by fucking a decade. But whatever, we're here now.
Speaking of,
They didn't have podcasts in the 80s though, so
Hey,
you
holla.
guys,
That's true.
You guys found your calling at the right time.
Pros and cons, absolutely.
I think it's funny that, obviously they try to derive all the songs from that era. However, the song Money for Nothing that was in the opening scene of the movie,
78.
2012.
No, it's not.
Look it up.
Money's for Nothing.
Dire Straits.
Oh, you're right because it was about MTV.
Dire Straits.
No,
No,
that's
it was
not.
not.
That's
I
not when
looked
it
it
came
up.
out.
I looked it up pre-show.
Dude, that's got to be like the remake, the remaster, or
Okay,
whatever.
maybe if there's a remaster,
It's got to be the remake. My dad probably lost his virginity to that song. There's no way.
Dire Straits, Money's for Nothing.
released 2012.
That's got to be the remaster.
I
No
can't
way.
believe-
Look,
Can we get
and in the movie,
Can we get
in
someone
the-
to fact check this?
in the movie?
Jimmy, pull it up.
We don't have a producer behind set today. We usually do.
Yes,
But
we
no, in the article, so what was ironic about
mean,
how they
that's-
set the music up is that like they embellished all these songs from the past, yet that seemed so fitting for the era, but it wasn't. It was in 2012. I think Dire Straits, they probably made music back then, but this is a newer song. Maybe they're touring still or something.
I want my MTV.
Moving those refrigerators.
Yeah,
Refrigerators.
that's mind blowing.
I'm doing my own independent research on this.
Yeah,
right
do
now.
some.
You're allowed to.
independent.
We encourage that on the podcast.
A
some independent search.
little Discord, a little conversation.
Yeah. I mean,
This makes for great radio.
my whole life is shattered if this is how it came out in 2012.
I hate to break it to you, but I think it did.
I mean, they were active from 77 to 88 and again from 90 to 95.
It was released as the album's second single on 28th of June, 1985.
Well,
Where
then
are
what?
you- where
But
are you
it does
looking
say 20. It says 2012, but this is on Wikipedia,
Okay.
which I guess Randall probably went on Wikipedia and changed it to 2012 just to support his claim.
at? Dude, that would be a funny ass segment we should do. Is just like say ridiculous things and like
Have our guests look it up.
Previously,
Look it up,
changed the
dude.
Wikipedia.
Disinformation.
Look it up, bro.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, all in all, I was super pleased with that movie.
The album was released 1988, but it was
gotta be
recorded between 78 and 85.
Well, you saw the 2012.
I did-
I saw it. I saw
There's
it.
got to
yeah.
be, but like, if it was a remastered release, I don't understand why would I just Google it. It's the first thing that it says. It's
Yeah, it was
2012.
officially released June 24th of 85.
Okay, all right. That's
and supposedly
And again in
2012.
So
Multiple times.
So 38 years ago, same time those dumbass Bears won a Super Bowl for the last time.
yeah, it was pretty sick.
Just had to get that shot in.
But yeah, I mean, what did you know about the whole finding of the shoes and getting paid for?
What do you mean by that?
So how like Nike and part of their deal to Michael Jordan, they said, or they wanted to make the shoe really special, and so they needed more red, but the NBA had rules and it had to be 51% white.
Yeah, I thought you said the finding of the shoes.
I probably am already mumbling right now, so yeah, it's fine.
But yes, I did hear that he got fined for
They said, like,
wearing
five.
the wrong colorway or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
too much
And then
red.
now look at the shoes,
Dude,
they're bonkers.
They did $162 billion in the first year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, million.
160 something million. Yeah.
Million.
Which back then probably, or like
Bro.
today's money, that probably is in the billions.
It's something like today.
Inflation.
It's like billion. Yeah, it's like billions.
I
It's
can
still-
talk about current topics,
Inflation.
hot button issues.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I'd see it again, but whatever.
I'll probably wait till it comes out on like Netflix or something. Then
Yeah.
It's not
like
like
a rainy Sunday.
You
That
don't
sounds
need
like a
to
good
see
rainy
it. You don't
Sunday.
need to see it in theaters.
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
It's definitely would be good on Netflix type movie.
Yeah, I am going to see Guardians on Friday though, so I'm pumped about that.
You'll have to tell us.
I'm a
how
little
that is.
nervous because I feel like it's going to kind of suck like the rest of the Marvel movies kind of have recently.
yeah, I'm not all caught up, but I do like Guardians. I've seen Guardians, but
Also, speaking of great soundtracks, the
Oh, yeah.
the Guardians movies as maybe hands down the best soundtracks, and again, all 70s and 80s music.
yeah, if I don't know what to put on, like for a party, I will do Guardian soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
It's so easy. Boys, sorry, I just realized, and you guys are both bad friends. I'm wearing my shorts inside out.
Oh.
I thought that was a fashion statement.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't notice yet.
I just noticed it now. What the fuck? All right, whatever.
Called yourself out there. Nobody would have noticed.
Yeah, dude,
I mean, I'm not ashamed of it.
You would have been home free.
I'm not ashamed of it. It is a fashion statement. We're making fashion statements here. You want to go over the sports?
Yeah, what's going on in the world of sports? I think everyone's turned a little blind eye to this one, and I think it happens every year. But we talked about the Masters when the Masters ended, and we said we'll be talking about the PGA Championship right around the corner. Well, guess what?
Is that this weekend?
Next weekend,
Tiger's gone. He's out.
we're back to the PGA Championship. Golf Major's back.
Love that.
We're playing May 18th at Oak Hill. We have the championship back home.
That'd be cool. It'll suck not to, like, with the live guys not being there, but whatever.
I know, that is a bummer. That is a bummer.
It is what it is. I mean, it's the nature of the beast, as they say, in show business, right?
Yeah, I saw today that Tiger's not playing.
Yeah,
And
Tiger's
then
out. Tiger's out
Spieth
for the
is
year.
injured too.
Spieth
I
has,
think.
yeah, Spieth has an
So
injury.
he's a maybe.
Yeah,
Really?
but it sounds like he's gonna make it, but he's
Okay.
sitting out. I think there's an event this weekend, and he already dropped out of it. He has like a hand issue or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
How do you hurt your hand in golf?
All right, maybe it's not a hand.
There's
but
a couple ways to hurt your
I think
hand.
it was a lingering issue. He's gonna make it because you know why?
He's that dude.
No. Why would he need to play the PGA Championship?
Because he's a PGA player.
Because it's
Because he's a golfer.
it's the last major he needs for his career.
Oh, is that what it is?
Grand Slam.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so this is his opportunity. I mean, you can't.
Well, I mean, speaking of another sport, if this was horse racing, they'd probably put him down for a hand injury.
They would definitely put him down.
all those
Behind the
horses,
barn.
all those horses
His
dying.
rehab is going to cost too
Did those-
much. Just put him
Did you guys
down.
hear about that?
Oh yeah,
No.
7. They put 7 horses.
Yeah,
at the
5 to
Derby.
7 horses in 1 week leading up to the Derby.
Just Derby week.
They
Yeah.
just couldn't
That's one a
stand to
day.
look at their horses anymore. They
No,
failed
no.
investments?
Some like couple of them like collapsed for like unknown reasons, and then like the other 2 or 3, they were like 2 of them were like under one trainer, so he got suspended. They booted his ass
I did hear about the trainer getting fucked over
because
Okay.
2 of the horses that they ended up having to put down were his. And
Were they roided up or were they just juiced?
They didn't really
common.
release
It's,
too much,
It's extremely common.
but not
Yeah.
for 5 in 1 week. I think it's common for like.
It's a damn
1 to
massacre.
2.
I think it was 7.
Also, like, can
But-
they not just let the horse live?
So
and
here's
just,
the
like,
thing.
Go
Here's
to a
Right.
farm.
Here's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
what I'm wondering.
So
Killing it seems extreme. It seems like we got 2 ends of a spectrum here. You guys are living hard on one side.
I agree. I'm with you. What were you saying?
it's a competitive sport though, and it's an expensive sport.
Yeah.
And just so here's one of the issues, right? These horses, I think, most of the time die mid-race, coming out of the gates mid-race. That's right. That's what
What?
happened. Or not die, not die.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Not die.
terrifying.
Not die. That's where they
Just
get. That's
heart
when they get.
explodes
That's when they
coming
get
out of the
injured.
gates.
That's that's when they get injured. Okay, they get injured, and then they have to put them down. That's the reason why all the horses die during the week of racing. That's where they get injured, is during the race, coming out of the gates and like mid turns and all that. So the cost of removing a horse with a broken leg from the middle of the track and then getting it all the way home and then
Yeah.
fucking repairing it, and that's all on the owner.
Yeah.
That costs way less to just say I'm gonna off the horse.
For a 22 caliber bullet in the
But
Boom.
fuck, Nico Horner pulled his hamstring going from first to third.
Nico's not a horse.
And we're not euthanizing Nico Horner.
Nico's not a horse.
Like, he's got to pull it up, got to kill him. He's a big investment.
No, but I actually was thinking, other ways to preserve the horse. I agree. I mean, offing the horse is pretty.
But like
just seems
fiscally,
extreme.
it makes
Yeah, it's an
get it.
extreme, right? So I was thinking, like, all right, if it was a horse that was racing, why not breed with the horse? Like,
Well, that's true.
but
right?
then I thought about it and it was like, well, nobody wants to breed a horse that never won.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, and then like it's like the quote unquote like injury prone.
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
so, like
it's gonna
they're
be
like,
in people's
So
minds.
then they're like, oh, well, we don't want to pay top dollar
Yeah.
for your horses come when your horse broke its leg in the biggest race of its life. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
I'm glad we got on
also
horse topic.
also,
because
by the
this
way,
is-
am I allowed to swear in this?
for sure.
Just making
you
sure.
can fucking swear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
But,
I didn't know if we were sending this to the grandmas or not.
This is perfect though because
No.
I wasn't going to cover the Derby, but we're covering it. now,
Yeah,
so.
for sure. I mean, like, I think the
perfect.
biggest issue with selling cum of a broken horse. A horse
there's
has a broken
no-
leg.
there's
Or
no
just
big
something come
issues.
in general.
There's no big issues
Who
with
wants
that.
to jerk off a horse that has 3 working legs?
Oh, they'll find
That's
people to
kind
do
of
it.
fucked up.
Hey, everyone's got a number.
Everyone's got a price.
God damn. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you gotta make some good money to do that.
I mean,
guess.
you start throwing up like high 6 figures, maybe even low 6 figures. I might consider jerking off.
let's
For
be real.
$100,000, would you jerk off a horse?
Dude, I do it for 10 grand.
Yeah.
Easy. I'd probably be talking.
Oh
to
my
5.
God.
I mean, well, hold on.
I would wine and dine that horse. I'd give that
Goodness.
horse the
Goodness.
best day of its fucking life.
I'm gonna backpedal right here. I'm gonna do it the professional way. I'm not putting my hands on a horse dick.
Then how do you jerk it
You
off?
using your lips?
There's like a big they have like a big pocket pussy.
Oh
Dude,
my.
you gotta
They have
go
a big
old
horse pocket pussy.
You gotta go old fashioned.
I don't know.
If the horse is
man.
about to die, it's his last day on earth. You're not gonna
I-
you're not gonna go and use your hands.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, we'll see when somebody shows me the money. I'll actually.
Yeah,
run it
I
through
need
my
money
head.
up front. I need money up front. That's for sure.
I mean, dude, in Fear Factor, that was one of the challenges that got him kicked.
Jerking off a horse?
That got him kicked off the
That's
air.
bestiality.
No,
yeah.
it wasn't jerking off the horse. He had to drink like different animal cum.
What?
Dude, I got kicked him off.
Was this
kicked him off the
Rogan's
air.
idea?
Dude, well, Rogan says like they were getting crazier and crazier, and I told them it's too much.
Well, who are you saying got kicked off?
The show got canceled.
Oh, that's what got
Because
because they were
they were-
drinking animal cum.
Yeah, they're like, dude, fuck you guys. You can't do that. That's disgusting. Which is true. I don't want to watch that at dinner time.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember watching that show
No,
as
it
a
was
kid.
an 8 p.m. slot Eastern
Well,
time.
I
So-
mean,
8 p.m.
Still, like, that's disgusting.
Friday nights, 8 p.m.
So funny enough, so my buddy Owen, who you guys have met,
Owen,
um,
friend of the pod.
so
Friend of the pod.
his dad, when we were in high school, used to have like a fear factor competition.
Okay, wait. In high school?
Yeah.
This sounds like Reality Kings. Like the start of Reality
No,
Kings.
I swear to God,
Oh,
he would have a
Brazzers.
fear factor competition.
Okay.
And I vividly remember one of the challenges, like there was like a wasabi popsicle.
Who's attending this competition?
Like people from high school, like his sister is like just a couple years older, so it'd be like her friends,
Okay.
our friends.
High school age Fear Factor.
Yeah,
Like
so
famous people,
so
army
like-
generals, athletes.
Yeah, exactly. So
Dwight
like,
D. Eisenhower.
yeah, so 17 to 19 years old, we were doing this.
Okay.
But so it's like wasabi popsicle.
Oh.
But I vividly remember, and I would never do it because I'm such a pussy when it comes to eating. I can't even do like fucking buffalo sauce
Yeah, you're soft.
or onions or really any vegetable.
Onions. This pussy.
Yeah, I'm a pussy. Hand up. But one of them was bull testicles. And
I can't eat onions, but I'll
because-
slob my knob on a bull
because
testicle.
I wasn't participating, I was like, oh, I'll help. So I helped to grill up the bull testicles.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
And then if you threw up, if you wanted to stay in,
You'd
have to eat your own puke.
Oh my god!
And this girl, Maria Curie,
that.
she probably isn't gonna listen to this,
I
but
guarantee she's not.
she was a tank, and she fucking ate her own puke.
dude. What the
She
hell?
threw up while eating something gross. Like they would do one of those like
What's on
they-
the line? How
they
much
would-
money? Or
you
just
could.
fame?
So Owen's dad worked for like a food distributor company, so he would buy you, like for the winner would get like between like 200 to 500. I don't know if that's exactly
Like a
it,
gift
but
card?
like the range, and you could pick something from their website, and he would buy it or he would get it for him.
Wow.
I don't
That's
remember what
cool.
the exact
In
actual
high school, though,
denomination
that wouldn't
was.
even cross my mind. It's
Yeah,
like
it
what
was-
to order for dinner.
It was fucking nuts.
That's hilarious.
So-
it was nuts.
I can't top a bull testy, but I can actually. When I was younger, so I was in grade school. I was like 5th grade, and I was at like some summer camp function, and we were doing this challenge. It was like a relay race.
You jerked off a horse.
So I didn't jerk off a horse. It's not that bad. But we were doing a relay race, and one of the stations of the relay race, like one was this, one was that. I got tagged in. I got assigned to like the food challenge. So there was this
the worst one.
I can't believe they put 5th graders through this, but there was this food challenge where like you have 2 like things of food, and one can be the original, and one could be like stuffed with something else, or like made to taste different than what it appears as.
Sure.
And you didn't know what you were going to get. And
Okay.
it's just two teams competing. I don't remember the end result or what happened in the relay race. I remember I got tapped in. I had 2 Twinkies sitting in front of
Oh
me.
no!
I swear to God.
What's filling the Twinkie?
I had a fucking
Human shit.
mayo stuffed
Horse
Twinkie, dude.
mayo.
Mayo
That's
stuffed.
so fucking. That's another one of my no's is
Oh,
mayo.
I
don't fuck with
and
mayo.
You know how Twinkies are like lightly stuffed?
Yeah,
This thing
it
was
filled. It was oozing.
filled to the brim. Filled
That's
to the brim.
disgusting.
It was like a rich kid stocking at Christmas morning.
Oh
dude.
my god!
Yeah.
You know when mayo gets a little bit yellow? Was it a little bit yellow?
It was.
It's also it's summer camp,
I'm
and it's
fifth
probably like
grade.
sitting on like a fucking stool in like 100-degree weather, so it's warm. It's
Dude.
not. It's
Yeah.
definitely got some
Fifth
food
grade.
safety issues there.
Oh no! Did you devour it? Did you do it for the team?
I threw it up a little
yeah,
bit.
hey,
yeah.
you got to.
How old is this again? How old
I
are
was
you
young.
doing this?
I was young, and the only reason why
That's
I
like hazing.
the only
Sounds
reason
like
why I
punch-up.
remember
Yeah, that's
summer
worse than
camp is
punch-up.
because of this vivid memory. That's the wouldn't remember the trip other than that
Damn.
because I was so young. I
Yeah.
was so young.
God, yeah.
That is so absurd.
Mayonnaise stuffed
And you've
Twinkie.
never been the same since.
Do you like mayonnaise now?
No, I have no problem with mayonnaise.
You don't seek it out.
Not with sweet Twinkie bread.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's
That'd
not-
ruin it for me mentally. Freak me out.
Also, like,
it's like the sweet and savory, you know. Like
I was
people have
I was
that
young enough to like
chocolate and salt,
I was,
Twinkies and mayo.
I was being naive, so I just went into it just expecting Twinkie
yeah.
because they kind of laid the rules out, but I wasn't like, all right, this is going to be stuffed with like a can of tuna
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
In 5th grade too, like
Yeah.
the engineering that goes into stuffing a Twinkie is so
Yeah.
far beyond your. You're like, oh, how could this possibly be anything? other
There's
than
no way.
a syringe full of mayo is beyond your comprehension. God damn, that's pretty nasty.
That was funny. That was a good tangent.
Yeah.
Well, we covered the PGA Championship. We actually got some Derby talk in. NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs. They're pretty hot right now. We've got a lot of action going on in the NBA. There were a lot more 2-2 series 2 days ago than I thought there would be.
There's a lot more 3-1 series than I thought there would be.
I disagree. Well, I didn't expect Miami, New York to go 3-1.
I didn't expect Sixers to be up 3-1.
No.
Or
That's
3-2?
That's 3-2, right?
3-2.
So that was a 2-2. That's
The
a 3-2.
Lakers Warriors.
Lakers Warriors
I thought the Warriors
are
would
the 3-1.
put up a little bit more of a fight.
Other than that, though, I think every other series went 2-2 than those two in this round, which is good. It's good for fans. It's good for the sport.
I just really want fucking LeBron to get out of the playoffs.
Yeah. So I was gonna say,
So hater?
He's so annoying.
dude, he's on 2023 NBA Final Watch, dude.
What do you mean?
He could go. He could go and win another one this year.
You think so?
He has to win one more game, and he's
How's
in
he
the-
playing?
He's playing well.
Not just the team.
No, he has
he's
not
doing
one
it?
more game. No,
One
There's-
more game, and
there's
they're in the
another-
Western Conference
Yes,
Finals.
yes.
Yeah.
Me and my buddies, we talk. Have you guys like heard about the fuck? What do they call him? Like, not La Liar, but whatever. We're like, or they call him La Cap. When like LeBron's like, oh yeah, I called him hitting that half court shot to win it, or he's like, oh yeah, like that's my favorite quote of all time, or I watched The Sopranos. I watched The Sopranos.
Oh, I
20,
saw that.
I watched
Yeah.
The Sopranos 20 times.
Oh, they're calling
Or the
him
God.
Lil
I
Cap?
watched the Godfather 20 times over COVID, and they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite quote?" He's like, "Oh, well, there's too many to choose from." Like, fuck you.
Well,
why
it's
you
a
gotta
complex
lie?
movie.
Why you gotta fucking lie through your teeth?
I did see like a reel where it's just LeBron going, "Oh, that's my favorite. That's actually my
Yeah,
favorite right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's my favorite."
That's
actually.
the quote.
Wait, so are you saying they're calling him now Lil
They
Cap?
call him La Cap
Lil Cap
instead of LeBron,
Okay.
because he just literally lies to our faces
That's
and thinks that we
funny.
won't know.
well,
Wake up, sheeple.
I didn't like how he guarded Steph Curry to the bench. That was annoying to me.
I didn't see this.
He literally like Steph was going to the bench and LeBron just like followed him like
They're
on
friends.
the sideline.
I'm pretty sure they're
Are they?
friends. I think so.
Well, that makes it cool then, because if they don't like each other, that was
I
just,
think
like,
they-
really
I
annoying.
feel like everyone in the like
They
there's
gotta
really
be
only
cool.
there's really only one person that I think is truly hated in the NBA, and that's Dylan Brooks. because he's a fucking jackass.
Oh,
He just
yeah.
lost his job for shit talking,
Yeah.
I just saw the.
and he got smacked.
And watch the Bulls fucking sign him now.
Yeah.
Where did he
Because that's
come
just a
from?
classic.
Has he been good?
He was on Oregon, I think.
He's a rookie.
No. He's been in the league for a few years.
Yeah, he
Never
dropped
heard
that
his
shot
name.
on Duke where where Coach K was like, "You're too good of a player to be doing that." He dropped like a half quarter when they were up 10.
Oh yeah.
I think
It's a bad attitude.
I forget which team it was, but no, he'd been a decent, like, he's already a role player and he's only a mid role player at that, but after he started talking shit to LeBron, he fell apart. And supposedly LeBron came up to him like pregame and was like, "You fucked up, brother." Like, he's like, "You think you're all this hot shit, like I'm gonna fucking show you tonight."
I did take the Kool-Aid after he said that though, and took like LeBron to drop 40 on him.
Did you win? Did you hit
No,
it?
like,
No,
I mean
Brooks just did terrible.
LeBron had a good game. He had like 28 or something like that.
Okay. What's he
But
averaging in the playoffs this year?
Less than he
Probably
averaged
20.
like 25 in the regular season, I think.
I mean,
That's
It
good
is-
for the NBA, right?
Yeah,
I mean, when you're 36, that's really fucking good.
the thing is he when he needs to get a triple double, he can basically flip
Yeah.
the switch and get a triple double.
He basically coasts, and then like things start getting bad, and then he's like, "All right, fucking, I'm the best player of
he's
all
still
time.
he's
I'm
still
gonna take
him.
it over."
He's
Yeah.
still him.
Classic dad mentality, just like sitting on the couch and like the kids are fighting, and then one of your kids
Stepping
is
in.
crying, like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's either that's
Like,
either
that's my cue.
that's Anthony Davis either not being able to score a point or like the combination of Hachimura and a couple of their role players.
Austin
just,
Reeves.
just
Austin
not
Reeves
being able to
is
get
him.
it going, and then he'll just step in.
gets
and-
up off the couch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey,
He's unbelievable.
makes sense. You gotta
But
conserve his energy.
the role players there, I mean, Hachimura, Reeves. I mean, who just Walker?
Lonnie Walker, the fourth.
just popped. And
Yeah.
then who's the long hair guy that came from New York?
Oh, the guy from Avatar.
He'd been all over. He came from Ohio State. D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he actually, he got
can still
drafted.
play.
He was. It's funny. He was drafted by the Lakers.
He can still play. And now he's
Then
back.
he got traded to the Nets.
He was there for a
and
little bit.
then he was on the Timberwolves,
He's been around.
and then he came back to the Lakers, and he's doing.
Yeah,
he's
so
doing pretty well. I
they-
always forget he's a lefty.
They have a supporting cast with the two twin towers in the middle of LeBron and AD. I mean, they're beating the Lakers 3-1 right now. I mean, if they go, let's just say they go and play the Nuggets, okay? You can't look at the Nuggets versus the Lakers in the West Finals and be like, yeah, I mean, the Lakers have no shot. No. I mean, the Lakers are very much in consideration to make the finals this year.
It's just
if it
still
goes
so,
like that.
They should.
Cool.
They barely made the playoffs.
I know. Well, that's because
And now,
they're
like-
a team built to just barely make it.
They
in the
co-
eighth
yeah,
spot
they coast.
and then turn it on.
I love Jokic is my favorite player in the NBA
I like
because
Jokic.
he
I like
is
Jokic.
every unathletic white guy's dream.
I like the.
He maybe has a 14-inch vertical,
He's a big
but
dude.
he's a good passer. He can shoot.
Yeah.
Like not too much on defense, but it's just like
He was MVP.
it's
last
what
few
it's
years,
what
right?
every white guy, middle-aged white guy on a Saturday playing pickup feels like they are, but
Yeah.
they're actually
Oh, yeah.
not.
There are some
As you
good
should.
memes about him out there that I've seen lately.
Did you see the whole thing with the Suns owner?
No.
So fucking stupid.
I mean, I like the Suns. So, like, if you didn't see it, basically there was a scuffle in the corner, and it happened to be right where the Suns owner was, and the Suns owner like got a hold of the ball, and Jokic came over and tried
Oh.
to like yank the ball.
Oh yeah.
He like
pushed
barely
him,
taps him,
barely tapped him, but
and
then
he goes flying.
yeah.
I saw this. I didn't know that.
did you see what his response was?
Yeah, he said he shouldn't be kicked out.
He was like,
he shouldn't be suspended.
Great
Good
game.
for him. Good
Suns,
for him.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah.
I do appreciate.
I mean,
it.
in
He
the
is
moment-
a Michigan State guy, so he is a scumbag. But
In the moment, if I'm
Do I
the
that was a
owner,
classy response.
if I'm the
Yeah, it's
owner,
classy.
I didn't see supposedly the video. He was like holding the ball and wouldn't throw it back.
He was a little dramatic about
And
it.
I didn't
yeah.
see that. But like, if I'm the owner or if I'm deeply, deeply invested,
Yeah.
more than a fan, I understand. Like, he didn't do anything like extremely
No.
erratic. Yeah,
Yeah.
erratic or anything. But I also see Jokic's side where he literally did that. He
Yeah.
gave a
just a little forearm shiver.
slightly. He
Yeah.
raised his forearm about 70% speed.
Exactly.
No, 40% speed.
I mean, it was nothing. I mean,
that's-
it's what anybody naturally does. If somebody's close to you, you put your arms up to like give yourself space.
Well, hey, we don't say this often, but the NBA, we don't say this about most national sports leagues, but the NBA got it right. No suspension.
Oh, for sure.
He didn't have to sit out.
He got fined. He got
Yep.
fined
Fine is
$25K.
fine.
That's a drop in the bucket.
He did get fined.
Fine is
Yeah.
fine.
That's
fine.
lame, but
Yeah.
25.
I mean, they had to do something.
If they were going to suspend Jokic,
I mean-
then they better suspend the Suns owner for a game.
You
yeah.
better yeah.
Temporary owner.
Also,
You're not
I mean,
the owner.
I feel like
Winsel's the owner for a game.
They might as well take Jokic out
Courtside
behind the
seats.
behind the barn.
I want to. I mean, I feel like
they'll
that's the
pick-
bigger story.
They pick a random Suns fan.
That's the bigger story.
That'd
Is
be
that the
sick.
owner of the team?
Yeah, he's not
is
the
in the
owner.
corner. Like, dude, go mid court. What are you fucking?
Yeah, that was
you bought a
confusing.
team and you're not even sitting.
Well,
you're sitting in the
Here's
corner.
the trick. All owners do this. I'm surprised you don't.
I know Cuban does it.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Most owners they have 8 seats open for them during the game, so they can just go from one to. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, that'd be awesome.
That would be sweet.
Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like he needs to get more shit for that. Like, he should never have been there in the first place. He should have been at mid court.
That was his fault for
Yeah.
even being in that spot. I could give you that.
He should get fined.
He should be fined. Yeah, we should start a campaign.
We could start another
I'm gonna
Twitter
write a
page.
letter.
Open letter to the Suns owner. Hockey's pretty sick right now.
Yeah. I was just gonna start talking about the NHL playoffs. I'm pumped. I think that there's been a lot more contact and like fighting and
I love it. That's why I like hockey.
physicality in this NHL playoffs this year. It's been really fun to watch. It's back.
Yeah, I fucking love it. I mean, it got me hyped up before the playoffs when the Bruins game in the Bruins game they had to cut the
R.I.P.
I know they had to cut
Frauds.
They stopped the game like 30 seconds early because there was no chance of whoever was going to win.
I think it was 3
3-0.
3 seconds, but they stopped the game early. Nonetheless.
Which is crazy, and they like
Nonetheless.
cited like it just being too scrappy, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it has been back in scrappy. It's been much more scrappier than the last few years, and I almost think I was listening to a different podcast, and they had a hockey guy. They were interviewing a hockey guy, and he was even saying that he feels that the enforcers of teams are kind of making a comeback throughout the last year and through this playoffs. Like those guys that would just be on the team to kind of like help the young guys and help the stars not get
Glue guy.
beat up.
Yeah.
And he's saying like this playoff is kind of just embellishing of or just like representing the comeback
Of the enforcer.
per se of the enforcer. And
I love
like,
that.
bringing those guys kind of back into the game.
That's the best part about hockey to me is like the role of an enforcer. Like, what do? Oh, I literally go on the ice and I protect the little guy that's really fast and I beat the shit out of people. And if somebody says you want to drop gloves, I'm dropping gloves.
I mean, I think that they should have that in all sports, and viewership would go up
Oh, it'd be insane.
tenfold. Like, can you imagine? Like, there's like Ray Lewis hits Chad Johnson over the middle, and Chad Johnson is able to, without getting kicked out of the game, get up and, if he wants to, throw hands.
The issue with that
That
is
would be
Pac-Man
wild.
Jones was a real person.
Pac-Man Jones is a liability.
You can't have that rule when you have men like
Yeah.
Pac-Man Jones.
I'd want him on my team.
Yeah, you. That's like this. It's like this thing, like the guy that you love to have on your team, but you hate playing against.
Oh,
like,
I'd be terrified.
Pac-Man Jones is the epitome of that.
There's quite a few others. I mean, like if you let what's our boy, the dog guy, QB Eagles went to jail.
Oh, Jalen. Oh, Michael Vick.
You got Vicks.
You
You might
forgot
call
Michael
the
Vick's
hound.
name?
I blanked on that. Yeah, you got guys like that too. He's got dogs out in the parking lot. You don't want to.
I mean, I know we're kind of getting a little off tangent, but I mean,
Hit us, dude. We're
Out
talking about
of-
anything here. What's up?
out of like, who's like a guy from like a big four sport that you would want to have?
What's
like,
the big four to you?
Chara,
hockey, basketball, baseball, football.
Aaron Donald,
Okay.
Who would you have like
backing you
have
up.
your back in a fight? Like
Probably Aaron.
you could, or like they have like versus like 100 gorillas. Like it's you with a gun, and then like who you get to choose from like a sport. Like
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald's a good one. I might take like Jackson Mahomes. He hits a TikTok
I said,
dance.
big four sports.
And you decoy him. You
Not-
just decoy the guy.
Not
And I
drag
run.
crunch.
That's the
Oh,
yeah.
so you said core 4 sport. So Jake Paul counts, right?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Logan Paul?
How dare you? Yeah, Logan Paul.
Logan's
Slide,
fine.
not Jake Paul.
Yeah. Who would you take?
I don't know. I was trying to think. I'm trying to think of someone who's like
The largest athlete.
large, but also has just like that psycho, like flip a switch. Like
That's
they'll
true.
just kind of go like Hulk mode.
Fucking what's his face?
Eddie Lacy,
What about from the
Cheeseburger Eddie,
He'll get too fat on you, brother.
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Fuck.
I didn't know we were going there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he would be the one that you would want for sure. Fucking OJ back in the day.
Give me a prime.
Actually, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson
Yeah.
was sick.
Bo
But-
Jackson could literally. He used a baseball bat like a toothpick.
Yeah.
Well,
that's something.
Yeah, I guess we're sticking to the. You kind of said the pillar sports. I was thinking at that
Go
point.
go with what you want.
I was just
make it
thinking,
your
like,
own.
Why don't I just go all time fucking heavyweight and light middleweight UFC fighters?
Oh, that's true.
You know,
yeah.
give me Rampage Jackson in his prime.
Dude, I take the fucking Undertaker.
Ngannou.
WWE, baby. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
John Cena? You
Especially,
can't
and I
see
mean
me?
the eye makeup too with Undertaker makes him more intimidating.
Absolutely.
The trench coat, the flap.
Chara though, I think Chara's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. We can throw Big Five. We can throw NHL in there, but yeah, I mean, Chara would be absolutely terrifying. Well, he's like 6'8" on skates or
I
whatever.
think he's 6'9". I don't know. Man.
That's just absurd. That's just
He's a beast.
humans should not be that large. There's just no reason for it.
You mind passing me the good sauce over there?
Might be empty. Might be tapped.
But yeah, that's
Just enough.
that's our NHL talk for you boys. We're just rolling.
I'm
we're
sorry, I'm not bringing too much.
We're
No, that was a
rolling
good
over-
Too
little-
much hockey insight.
We're
into
rolling
things.
over the hockey. I got a little something to add since we're covering the world of sports.
Yes.
There's a little game that nobody really knows about this weekend. Take a guess what's going on this weekend.
Underwater basket weaving.
The Dungeons and Dragons World Championship.
Minecraft Legacy.
Better.
Alive.
Well, I don't know if it's better than that.
I just made it up. I don't know what that is.
We got the XFL Championship happening this weekend. Saturday, May 13th at the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas.
That's been going on. The XFL, and I've totally.
It's the
flaked on it.
championship this weekend.
Have you watched
watched
any
it.
games?
I've watched a handful of games,
Here
and
and
I
there.
did. I don't know if I want to admit this. I did even bet on an XFL game.
Yeah,
You're
more
welcome to do
It's
that.
a betting
Disgusting
podcast.
human.
Dude,
It's
I
a
bet
betting
on
podcast.
ping pong, Japanese ping pong at 2 a.m. the other day. You're okay. You're
That's
allowed
the
to-
that's the Heinold special
That's a
right
Ben
there. That's
special.
a Russian ping pong.
That's a Ben
Heinold,
special.
Heinold also will probably not listen to this, so we can talk as much shit to him as we want.
definitely talk shit about him. Yeah, what's the deal with XFL? I know the point system's a little different.
Is it the Battlehawks? Did they
No.
make it?
So-
they got upset.
Battlehawks aren't there. We got the Arlington Renegades against the DC Defenders.
Let's go. Bring a chip back.
Yeah, a little background for you guys. This isn't like one of those teams, or either of them aren't one of those teams that had like Ben DiNucci at quarterback,
Okay.
ex-Cowboy.
AJ McCarron.
AJ
right?
McCarron, right? So like a lot of these big quarterback names didn't make it. There are some names in the game. So the Renegades, they have shout out Kelly Bryant from Clemson.
I don't know.
That is a blast from the past.
Yeah, big quarterback, wore 8 at Clemson. He's not even their starting quarterback. He's just
Really?
a notable
He was
college player.
before. He was before.
He was like right after Deshaun, I think.
He was after Deshaun, and then before. What's his name?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah.
It's my dynasty quarterback. But yeah, Kelly Bryant. And then they have shout out Clayton Vander Esch. His brother is playing receiver.
Leighton
kicker?
No, Clayton Vander Esch, linebacker.
on the Cowboys. He's
Yeah.
like addicted to concussions.
I think he might be retired.
Him and Sean Lee are addicted to concussions.
Dude, that's kind of sick. Is
Yeah.
this their first championship? The XFL championship?
Yeah, well, the XFL was a thing in the years past.
It like
Well,
came
they
and
had
went,
no, they
right?
had it last year, didn't they? Or like
Yeah,
during COVID, they started.
And the season fell out mid-COVID year.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
So this is the first year back. So this is first XFL championship in, let's just say, maybe 3 years, 4 years.
The Rock's totally behind it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But okay,
the Rock
so,
is XFL or USFL?
no, it's XFL.
Those confused
It's
because
XFL.
USFL just started.
It's XFL.
Okay.
What the fuck? There's a third football league?
There's
United
no,
States Football League.
There's 4. Then there's the FCF, the fan-controlled football league.
See,
They also have arena. I think
They
they
have
still
a
have
lot.
arena
They
football.
have, like, 5
There used to be a
leagues now.
Chicago arena football team.
So I had a theory about this. I'll get back to the DC Defenders here in a second. But like with all of the competition, like I understand it works for soccer in different countries. But I think what we're doing here by not setting a dominant feeder league is that like we have the XFL, the USFL, the FCF, leagues that we don't even know. Another league. I know we
Canadian
do.
football.
CFL, yeah. It's like how are we going to have enough fandom to support the economics of running all these leagues? That's
Right.
why they've crashed continually in the past.
Sure.
And it's like if we're going to have, and I like the idea of having a second or third league,
For sure.
but
I like it.
I think we can't just do it at the expense of like, all right, if we can fund the league for 1 year, let's get it going. Because then like players will sign a contract and train, and then like the league blows up. And
Right.
then another league will blow up. And then it's like, if we could just have 2 more than the NFL
Right.
and have one as a determinate feeder league and the other one as like
For sure.
whatever.
I think they're going to have to guinea pig. I bet you the NFL is sitting back and watching it, and if one of the 4 comes out
XFL is on top.
as the cream of the crop, I mean, I'm sure they're going
I
to
think-
set up
I think
a
they
feeder
are-
league situation, get their hands on it, get the money, because they don't want to see it like even challenge the NFL. They're just going to say, "Hey, good job over
No,
there.
it never
we
will.
Like
I'm
it.
pretty
We
sure
want
they
your feeder
do.
league."
They
I'm
had
pretty
a
sure the NFL
partnership.
does partnership.
They had
partner.
a partnership, but it's like at this point after watching the first season, it's not really going to do anything. Like
Yeah.
they test rules in the XFL
Yeah.
that could feed up to the NFL, but in terms of it being like a development league or a feeder league or anything like that,
Well, I think
it's not very good.
the way that they would be able to do that is if they did make it like soccer, where
Relegation and promotion.
Dude,
That would be insane.
do you know how like
no,
'cause
because
it'd
there's
be
no
so much better.
there's
But
no
you have-
competition between the XFL and the NFL.
Right.
It's more of a tester market.
But you have it so everything would be so regionalized so that you would have the fan bases in like, because I know like St. Louis with the Battlehawks, I think they had like 50,000 people at their games.
No shit.
Yeah, no, there are some great
And like,
fans.
so you can then you get the fan bases, which means you're getting the
There are-
revenue.
Right.
Because St. Louis
And
was a
then-
team that lost their pro team.
Exactly.
So, yeah, there are some teams with really good fans. Keep going.
But then I don't think they're never going to do it. But I think that would be awesome.
If
Yeah,
it
I mean,
got
that would
big,
But then
yeah.
if they did that, they would have to get rid of college football.
Yeah, which
I mean,
they're not
because
doing ever.
because like they don't
Yeah.
have college soccer in
Yeah.
England.
yeah,
They just go. They're
Right.
16 years old and they're signing with
Yeah.
fucking Chelsea, Arsenal, Barcelona. They're signing like 14.
Yeah.
So it would get rid of college football
yeah.
and then turn that into the regionalized pro team. But then you have the ability to potentially get promoted up to the NFL.
that's going to be a
But
long
I
time
wouldn't.
coming.
I wouldn't want to get rid of college. College football is too great.
yeah,
I mean, it's awesome. Yeah. No, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine Indiana without a football team?
Football school.
Football school.
we are
9
fucking
Indiana.
bad. Yeah. God damn.
Speaking of so much football, right? So I had to entice us into football with a little XFL championship game,
You set the hook.
but NFL just they didn't release the exact schedule, but they released this. They did their schedule release in terms of
Oh, games.
games. They didn't tell you who's playing who on what date,
Right. Right.
but they released
Matchups.
They released some stuff about the schedule. Most notably, in my opinion, there is no more AFC, NFC on CBS and Fox anymore. So
Okay.
this is interesting. I don't think a lot of people notice this, but traditionally, last year it was a little funky. But traditionally, if you think about day games that happen on Sunday, all of the AFC games are on CBS,
Mm-hmm.
and all the NFC games are on Fox.
I never thought about that.
And so they're doing away with that. So that's going to be something of the past.
So it's just a mix.
It's going to be
Well,
mixed.
it's like they would have like for college,
and certain broadcasters would always be on certain games and things like that.
right? Like for college, like they would have like Big Ten is on Fox, SEC is CBS, and then sweet Vern Lundquist would it'd be 3:00 on a Saturday when you're 12 beers deep, barely understanding English, and then you hear Vern Lundquist pop on for the Alabama Georgia game, and you're like, oh, I'm up.
Yeah, it's nice to have that consistency and like knowing what you're gonna get. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. I mean, we're all gonna still watch.
What
football.
What is it going to now? So just going to be whatever. Like,
I think that they're just going to mix up.
Anybody need a beer?
Yeah. I think they're just going to mix
Yes,
up
please.
having. So if the Saints play the Falcons, I just believe it could be on CBS now.
either or.
Which
Well, because
means
like YouTube TV is getting some.
YouTube, Amazon, TV is getting
Amazon,
more.
they're having. Because YouTube TV is doing they got Sunday Ticket now away from DirecTV.
They did,
And
yeah.
it's like $500 for the season.
No, it's actually not bad. So you can buy it right. They have 3 price points. If you buy it right now, you can get it for a price.
Right.
If you buy it before actually we might be in the second phase, but they have like 3 price points: early, like mid, and then if you buy it right before the season, it's like $100 extra.
Right.
But yeah, it is switched over, and you still have to buy it, which is hella expensive. But that's why we stream. That's why we stream illegally.
Shout out Stream East.
And YouTube TV does a good job at putting on as much as they can.
Yeah, I normally like what we would do is we got the 2 TV setup. Do not live with a girlfriend yet, so we have whatever
Still can rock the 2 TVs in the
Well,
living
yeah,
room. There you go.
and the flags on the wall as decoration. She did let me know that that would
no
not be
longer.
allowed if we move in together.
Yeah. You have no say in any decor at all.
Yeah, I can
Don't
tell that
fight for it.
Yaza was not the main decorator in his apartment. Shout out Kate.
It's just it's out of the window, and I didn't even try. I don't care honestly, but
Yeah, guys don't really care. But like, yeah, we would have like either the Fox or the CBS game on whichever
Right.
on the main TV, and then on the side TV, we would stream East Red Zone.
Yes.
And just get all the updates and
See, that's
so sick.
so that's
Dude.
what I'll do through YouTube is we do buy the Red Zone package
yeah, it's nice.
where it's not as much as having Sunday Ticket, because I believe that comes with every single game.
I think
We'll just
Sunday tickets every.
We'll
game, yeah.
just buy the Red Zone add-on, and it's only like
$5.
It's like
$10.
within a sports package, it's like $10 extra per month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I get that, then I stream whatever game I need to watch for fantasy purposes.
obviously.
Rip my fucking hair out.
And,
Dude, don't start me. Okay.
Yeah, we can't go down that tank.
well-
That's one where we need to hit the brakes.
It'll
Other
turn
other
dark.
notables of the NFL season schedule release. For the first time ever, I just love how in sports we're breaking records every week, listeners. For the first time ever, we have a Black Friday game.
Really?
Which, do you know what that means?
It's the day 2 days after Blackout Wednesday, 1 day after Thanksgiving.
I mean, it does mean that.
What else does it mean?
So, Blackout Friday's after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We have
No. Blackout Wednesday is before. Black Friday is after.
you
I
said
fucked
that.
you up. I
you
fucked
said
you up.
that, and you got me on. You got me thinking about downing a half bottle of liquor and walking into the mall when I'm 16 years old.
Those are the good old days.
But
but there's a Black Friday game, which is sick.
Thursday's Thanksgiving.
The Cowboys game, Vikings
Lions,
game.
Cowboys always
Yeah.
play, but there's 3 games, right? Tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Always 3 games.
Yep.
It's like noon Eastern, 3:30 Eastern, and a nice 8:30 Eastern. I know it like the back of my hand. They will now have those 3 games on Thursday, and then we're gonna get a Black Friday game.
That's so
and then we're
fucking
gonna get
sick.
the rest on Sunday.
And then
And
we-
Saturday college football.
Yeah.
So
in
4
between.
straight days of football.
So
That's fucking awesome.
It's a really good addition on the NFL's part. I really like it. We're gonna just get extra football
I love it.
on the weekend that we're all off.
with family.
It's great.
Talking shit to your uncles.
We're,
trying to get away from family.
Yeah. Taking a walk with the
With the
cousins.
cousins.
Yeah, you got to
pull out a little spliff.
walk the dog, little dog walker.
Dog walker. Yep. But yeah, so Black Friday game will be sweet. It is on Amazon TV or Amazon Prime.
Fuck it, I'll
It's one
pay
of those
for
bullshit things, but
Fuck it.
it's what your parents are for, right? Every parent has an Amazon subscription.
They might as well.
And then another interesting fact about the schedule release. So I did some dirty digging, and take a guess which team has the most travel air miles this upcoming season.
I want to say, just based off of context clues,
Wrong.
Dolphins.
I want to say the Bears or Colts
Oh,
because of you two.
Ain't no way, chicken wing.
Is that the Dolphins?
Hell no.
Chargers?
You on the wrong coast.
All right,
Chargers?
give us a hint.
That's
give
the
us-
right. That's the correct coast.
Seahawks.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, they are
Seahawks.
tucked up in there.
Guess.
Fuck Pete Carroll.
So now guess how many
a
miles.
jackass.
Gum chewing bitch.
Guess how many miles they have to fly throughout the whole season.
I mean, fuck. How many games are there?
30.
18.
18. Average of
You get
1,000
no.
miles.
There's
games,
17
18
games,
weeks.
one bye week.
Yeah, 18
so you get
weeks.
either 8 or 9 away games. I want to say
6,700 miles.
I was gonna say 72.
31,600 miles.
What?
Do they have to play overseas?
I don't know if they have
That
an
has
overseas
to be
game.
part
Because
of
they're
it.
adding more
No,
overseas games.
No. There's
Well,
They're adding like Spain,
San
and
Francisco.
coast to coast is 3,000 miles.
Hey,
No, I'm just talking it out. What's up?
be inquisitive of the numbers, not me.
No, I'm
Uh,
asking.
I
He's
know,
actually
I know.
asking
No,
questions.
San Francisco's right behind them. The international. So all the international teams that are teams that play international, like
Yeah.
none of them are the top 2 spots.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we playing? Are we doing a game in Mexico this year? Mexico City.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Kansas
we did it
City-
last year, right?
Kansas City. or the
Also,
Raiders
sorry not
will-
to
will
interrupt,
definitely do
but
that.
Cubs are up 9-3.
Let's fucking go.
So we're gonna go 1-2 against the Cardinals. Perfect.
That's huge.
We need it. We need
1
it.
and 2. Fuck, I thought it
Better
was
than
2 and
0-3.
Yeah, better than getting
Yeah.
swept.
Silver lining.
So we got the furthest airtime miles traveled. Who has the least amount of traveling to do next season?
Kansas
I
City.
want to say, just complete shot in the dark, the Buccaneers.
Nope.
Kansas City.
Closer. It's really close to.
Broncos,
It's close to where we're at. I mean, kind of.
the Pack,
Minnesota.
No, other way.
Lions.
Cincinnati.
Um,
Guess how many miles they have compared to 30.
I mean, you said close to where we are, and there's like 10 teams within.
Yeah, that's
quote
why I
unquote
said
close.
it. That's why I just
Fair
gave
enough.
it up. But so 31,600 miles for the Seahawks. Bengals have 11,000 miles to fly.
I can't. I'm not fathoming how it's so many.
Think about it.
thousands.
They're in the center of the country.
But it still seems like a lot. I don't know. I guess I don't know miles.
Hey, if you
Yeah,
want
I mean,
take it up with
miles
Adam
is
Schefter.
tough.
This is Adam Schefter is my source.
No,
So,
I'm just mad at myself for not.
Do you
knowing.
think they all like link like their United Mileage Plus, and do they get rewards?
they don't have
for those
PJs? I
miles?
thought they all
No,
had PJs.
they're not buying their
Oh,
flights.
okay. Like I really don't know what's going on if they don't fucking. God, I'm so far off.
Only other sports news I had, Matt Areza is back.
I don't know what that is.
The Marlins.
No, this was the college kicker who, pre-NFL draft, was accused of alleged
Oh, the Bills guy.
gangbang rape.
Oh, I saw.
That
What?
is super fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yikes!
bad.
it was it? So he got drafted as a punter or kicker
Last year.
by the Bills.
Punter, yeah.
By the Bills as a punter, and immediately, like within a month, these reports came out that he was involved at a college campus party because he was a rookie. So the previous year, that he was involved at a party and participated in a like gang rape.
Ew.
It's terrible. It's terrible. So
Oh.
he was kicked off the team immediately.
Yeah,
They dropped
cut
his
him-
contract.
cut him, ruined his life.
He lost his life, dude. Like they
Dude.
ruined his life, but he is exonerated.
Nice.
All
Good.
the charges they determined through evidence that he was not even present.
He
during
wasn't even there.
there.
And
I mean,
that she did get rid. But the funniest
Think
part
about
of the
that kid,
report
man,
was
like
that
that guy
the-
just
Sucks.
dreams ripped away.
the girl did get ran train on, but it was all consensual.
Wait, they also determined that?
Yes,
I
that
didn't
was
hear that.
part of that was the second part of the report.
I didn't hear
was that she did have sex with multiple men at the party or at the house, all consensual.
How'd they determine that?
Whatever. I don't know.
Interviews.
Yeah, whatever.
Podcast.
Uncle Sam's got a lot of resources.
Damn, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad she wasn't. I guess.
Yes, I'm
I don't
glad.
know.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that she wasn't. Obviously, we do this. I'm assuming.
I was going to keep it
I'm
focused
assuming
on
this
the
is
player,
an
not the defendant.
I'm assuming this is an anti-rape podcast.
Absolutely.
Okay,
You
good.
could say that.
I concur. So very happy that she was not sexually assaulted.
It was more than that, but
Yeah, I'm just happy that hopefully this guy gets another shot. Right?
we'll
How old
see.
is he?
Just
I mean, he's,
it was like
probably
2-3 years ago, so he's probably
23
mid-20s.
years old.
Is he Australian?
No.
They have the best punters, dude. Do you guys remember the
the
Australian?
rugby style punters.
Yeah, the Australian
The
hammer.
drop kickers.
Oh, he was bad. Yeah, they're bad at the drop kick. They got rid of that after Belichick
Yeah,
did that, which
which was sick.
that was cool. That's just knowing the game and knowing how to score
Yeah.
points.
But
Play the rules.
You hate Belichick, don't you?
I respect greatness.
do you have a reason
I think
to
he's a
hate
dickhead.
Belichick?
I think not
As a
really.
Bears fan?
I think if you're going to be an alternate,
I'm not. Hey, I am not a Bears fan.
I know. Speaking of the Bears, I do have a little something coming up later.
Justin Fields.
Not about the Bears.
Sucks.
Not about the Bears, but maybe about the Pack a little bit.
Ooh.
But
Bring it on.
last thing to recap world of sports. In women's softball, psych,
Oklahoma, go Sooners.
I was hyped up.
psych nothing to cover there. Current news.
Sexist.
Oh, so I read this pretty interesting article. So I didn't realize how big decoys are in the art of war. So in like for D-Day, the Allies dropped a bunch of
Inflatable
dummies.
tanks.
Oh, I've heard about
And inflatable
this.
tanks and
Yeah,
shit?
it's made it.
Speaking
seem
of
like
D-Day,
Yeah.
watch
This is a
the
sick
opening
story.
to Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, dude,
As
I watch
if
it.
you're
I
having
watch
your-
it once
when
a
you're-
month.
I watched it last week. Oh my god, it's
Dude.
fucking amazing.
It's a very
insane.
heavy scene.
Oh my
so
God.
heavy, but so good.
The ear ringing.
Just
like looking around.
Your Tom Hanks is trying to save a dude. He's dragging him, and he looks back, and it's just half a body.
Miserable.
Dude, so just real quick, contrary to Saving Private Ryan's D-Day, when I watched Band of Brothers, that they
About
go
to restart
they
that.
go over in the air and seeing how they approach the landfall, like they have air defense like bullets coming up at these planes, and the planes are just getting struck down left and right, and these guys are
crazy.
just I hope I make it to when they tell me to jump out with my parachute, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's scary, but anyway.
Dude, I
Anyway.
mean, yeah.
We were talking about because it was me and Benny Nets watching it. Like,
Friend of the pod, Benny Ness.
how long would Ben last on
Before he-
D-Day?
Oh,
I'm like, I think he might die before. He
Can you
might
imagine
die.
him with
He
his,
might.
his helmet on? It's just like too big and like wobbling
Well,
around.
he's used because he had to wear a helmet going to school. But
Oh, no.
I think he would die just on the boat ride over from a panic attack.
He'd probably get his asthma would kick up and he would get in trouble and they'd probably send him off the boat as dead weight. Oh man. But yeah, so decoys. So that was just an example. But recently, have you heard about the decoys used in the Ukraine conflict?
No.
No.
So basically, like, we're gonna keep it. We're not gonna touch politics here, but factually, the U.S. is giving a bunch of aid to Ukraine. Obviously, we're giving howitzers, 777 howitzers,
Oh, I know what that is.
artillery, which is like one of the best
Big
pieces of
boys.
machinery that we've ever created militarily.
Oh, yeah.
They're sick. But anyway, so we gave them
I
to
blew
them.
up my ex-girlfriend's house with one of those things.
That's the best thing to use them for.
It's so real to me, damn it. I miss you.
So like Russia like came out and was like, yeah, we blew up a lot of your fucking howitzers, fuck you. And Ukraine's like, no, you didn't. You didn't hit any of them. And so the discrepancy is like what happened. Ukraine came out and was like, yeah, we've been building wooden decoys that look like howitzers. But
Trojan
then
horse.
Trojan horse, baby. Even farther, they developed it to just straight inflatables, which are easier to use because you don't have to build them. You don't need vehicles. You can basically put them in a backpack. I saw that was fucking hilarious. They're putting up howitzers up, and the Russians are dropping like fucking. I didn't know this either.
They're using like drone
bombers. Yeah, they can carry up to 3 kilograms of plastic explosives on a. So
tell me
the
more.
The drone is $50,000. The howitzer is like $2 or $3 million. So it's like, okay, what's the cost? Cost benefit ratio on that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sick. But then I thought, what if we started selling inflatables of us in the battlefield, and the drone commanders are like, yo, these guys look fucking chill. Maybe we don't drop bombs on them.
That's how we end the war. We got an inflatable. We got a fucking Yaza sex doll over in Ukraine. And they're like, oh no, don't bomb it. We could use this later.
I think that's probably a good move. We just start selling inflatables of us.
This dude looks sick as fuck.
Dude.
We could end it.
I'm all for it. After I saw War Dogs,
so good. Such a good movie.
I was trying to brainstorm. All right, next war that happens. However, I can go over to a war zone
and make money off
be
of
a civilian
being killed?
contractor and make money. Hey,
scumbag!
I ain't the one doing the killing. I'll take the profits.
Absolutely.
If I go put hard work in, I'm not saying I'll be an arms dealer. But if I can go be a civilian contractor and put myself in danger to be making hella returns,
that'd be kind of dope.
Show me where to sign up.
I kind of like all my limbs attached to my body.
I have an invisible cloak. I can just throw it on whenever I need shelter.
Well, you do have a third leg, so
yeah, that'll help. That'll help too.
Could you imagine? What's the part of that movie where they have to make the big drive and they get there? They're like, "You guys pass through the triangle of death." They're like, "You fucking hear that? Triangle of death, motherfucker!"
But they're also like, "We didn't. No one told us that was a triangle of death."
That movie is awesome,
dude. Yeah, that'd be. I mean, how much money do you need to make in a year
for that to be worth it?
Yeah,
depends on the scene. To go over to Ukraine right now,
intense.
150 to 200.
Ukraine,
I think.
It depends what you're doing.
150 to 200 million.
Okay.
No, I need more than that.
Oh,
but it depends
dude,
what you're doing.
I am cheap labor. I will do a lot for a little money. I have
you guys heard it here.
Very, very low standards and morals.
There we go. Dude, fuck it.
It depends where and what,
I mean, you could write a book after it. That's a couple mil there.
That's half the cash. That's half the cash. Well,
that'd be awesome.
I got a little tidbit.
Hit me.
Current events, current news.
What you got, baby?
Tip fatigue. Something I've been saying for a while.
Been there.
Tip fatigue.
Like erectile dysfunction.
Every day.
Not like erectile dysfunction. I've been saying this for a minute, and apparently people have been listening. LinkedIn, CBS, everybody's putting these articles online.
NPR.
America is tip fatigue.
Everyone's talking about Randall's tip.
I am tired of fucking tipping.
That's half the story. There is a whole blog list online about that kind of tip. This kind of tip fatigue is real in America. Are those chills?
Smooth.
We're to the point, guys, where pre-programmed self-kiosk checkout centers are asking us for recommended 18% tips.
Happened to me at the Cubs game.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
And
it was an automated check. I didn't even talk to a human.
Yeah.
And it still asked me for a
Yeah.
tip.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, dude. Self-scan
Like you grab the nachos.
Who gets paid?
You grab the nachos. It weighs
That's what we wonder.
And then it says like it recognizes based off the weight that it's nachos. I pay, and it said, "Do you want a tip?" I was like,
And it'll even give you recommended over 15% options.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like
no
fucked
interaction
up.
with a human.
That's fucked up because it's causing tip fatigue for people that actually do need to live off the tips.
Yeah.
So here's my
That's
second point to raise here. How do you guys feel? So it's not a self-kiosk. You do interact with a human. If you order pickup at, let's say, a local bar, you order a burger and fries.
Negative.
You go in there, you sign off, you tip?
I tip negative dollars and they have to pay me.
You don't get served by a human. They
No.
put your food together. You don't tip, right? Like that's the classic, right?
No, I totally agree.
I have always been in that mindset. However, I think with and I'm not backing this. This is just a point of view that I've seen from a friend. I think with the shift of like online ordering, technology's developed where you can place orders online so commonly. It's so commonplace now that like I read this story. I was looking on my Snapchat and this old girl from high school was bitching about she's a server or a waitress. She's like, you guys don't think about the people who are just assigned to the takeout orders. But listen, she's like, they do put in some groundwork for putting the orders together, right? They do the whole thing for the order other than cook it. And they have to put it all together. They have to take it out, give it to them, organize all that stuff. But the problem is when they assign people to like, you're just doing pickup orders and stuff. She's still getting paid on like a waitress salary.
Well, yeah, that's my base question.
But that's not the consumer's problem.
They should build that into the price.
Agreed.
And pay their...
However, it's getting dumped off to like the server and waiter and waitress's plate. And so I think that's bad doing by the business. The consumers aren't aware of that. But I do see how it would be frustrating.
Yeah, like margins are so natural, like historically tight in the food industry.
Yeah.
So obviously, if the owners see that in their POS system, like their personal operating system, that they can have the feature of like adding a tip to some bullshit where somebody's not serving.
Yeah, you just
and
get
they
someone
can
who's
make
not paying
$100 a
attention.
month,
But
and subsidize it.
And that's what's driving the tip fatigue, though.
Yeah. So they're killing themselves. Yeah, and then they're just not going to get like the server industry is dying because tip fatigue. People don't want to fucking tip because they're getting
And people are just fucking dickheads.
And they're
People
getting replaced by kiosks.
That's true. But there are dickheads. Like I've
Well,
been
like,
having
I
more
was,
and more
I was in the
bad
service
servers.
industry. I know you
Yeah.
as a
was.
alumnus of Kilroy's. on
Kilroy's!
Kirkwood's. Cock.
Holla, holla.
Have you been in Randall? Have you been in the service industry previously?
High school, country club,
There you go.
Yeah.
server.
So
We all
as
know.
as someone formerly in the service industry, I understand and I try to be cognizant of
For
when
sure.
I am dining
It's
out
that
now
due
Absolutely.
respect.
and of trying to tip well. But I do agree, even having that understanding,
Right.
I still am tip fatigued.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm fucking tired of this shit.
Yeah, I don't need
I don't need to tip.
I don't need to
I don't need to
call
tip
out.
you for my Subway footlong.
Or even worse.
I taught you how to make the sandwich.
Yeah.
even worse. In my building, every day I get not every day, but like every time I get a coffee from the coffee shop in my building, I get a $5 cold brew coffee. First of all, that's inexpensive. Second of all,
I would not say that that's inexpensive.
no, it's inexpensive in terms of like tipping.
Sure.
Second of all, cold brew coffees shouldn't be $5. However, I buy a $5 cold brew coffee. It recommends like a $1.73 tip as the lowest option. And that's what causes you to be like, no, like this is bullshit. You
Yeah.
know, because they're doing that. And when
and then it
they
just turns you off to all tipping in
They
general.
fill
Right.
it and then they hand it over before I get away from the checkout.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I tipping for?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. The barista thing is, I don't know much about that barista.
You've never
stuff.
been a barista?
I wish Starbucks fucking never took my interview. They said they already have enough cocoa behind the bar. They don't need more cocoa.
Like, isn't this the same guy that fucking said he would jerk off horses for money? Yeah,
So,
we'll
sir,
pass.
Do you have a failing podcast? You talk about jerking horses off? Yeah, we can't have you here.
That's gonna be a disqualifier right there.
No, I totally agree. The tip fatigue. I never heard that word, but that's
Yeah.
good to know for sure.
Yeah,
because-
it's an interesting one out there. I've seen headlines the last week or so, and I thought it'd be something worth mentioning. Another thing worth mentioning, at least, I read some stuff on CBS News about tip fatigue, and a lot of it was incorporated by this, shout out, Deanne Gottsman.
okay. Deanne, we'll have her on. We'll have her on.
She's quoted as
Friend of the program.
Friend of the
she's-
program.
she's quoted as an etiquette
Etiquette.
expert. Yeah.
I want to have a conversation.
Yeah, what
with
is
the
that?
so-called
What does that
etiquette
mean?
expert.
Sorry.
What does that mean?
Etiquette experts just reminds me of fucking Borat, or not Borat, the other
Bruno?
No, yeah, actually, sorry, Borat, where
Borat.
he goes and he's like being taught like all the fine dining. And
Oh
all
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and like the
in the South.
at the Southern Belle, like
Such a banger.
yeah.
movie.
What do they call those things? Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Where he is the coach. He's like, oh, so I shouldn't tell the hostess that she's fat. She's like, no, don't say that.
It blows my mind that he's still able to make a Borat too, and like people don't know that it's like a total
The same
big
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he had the
Those
like
dudes
the
from RV.
anti-vaxxer like conspiracy? He lived with the conspiracy guys in the
No.
basement.
That
They
was
made a
so
spin-off show on it of
Really?
just the content of him hanging out with these two people. Yeah, they were like anti-vaxxers was the tip of that iceberg. They were like total insurrectionists. I can't remember, but he ended up turning the guys and like showing them the like actual information and like digging them out of a hole. It was actually pretty
That's awesome.
heartwarming. Yeah, what's that guy's name? Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
I think he's got good stuff. He means well. I think he's a little. I'm not gonna get political, but yeah.
No,
I think it's
no.
tough. Yeah, I always tell
Don't
myself
discuss
that.
politics.
Yeah,
I can lay out my political agenda. I was fully prepared.
Well, that's what tomorrow's episode
I was
is for.
I was
Tomorrow's
standing
for
in
that.
front of my mirror.
Yeah. So
Have you ever heard of Sigmund Freud?
Winsel.
Wait, that's not political.
that's magical, baby. That's magical.
Winsel, I got some questions for you.
Is this the roast of Brian Winsel
Absolutely.
portion?
This is where we really decide who you are as a man.
It's not much of one, I can tell you that.
So, Cubs season tickets this whole year, or guarantee that they make the NLCS this year with a chance to go to the World Series.
You got to go NLCS.
Yeah.
If you're a
personal
sports,
wealth for it?
if you even claim to be 1% of a fan of a team,
You forego your
would
fanship
you would
for the team.
get rid of your
Selfishness.
selfishness
You-
of,
so you
of
would-
a little bit of joy.
You'll give up 80. Now, how many home games? 80 home games. You give up 80 home
82,
games
right? Yeah.
just for them to make the NLCS. That's a good sports
Yeah.
fan, right?
Yeah, I would, and also because the fucking dumbass Ricketts raised all the prices.
Okay.
And
But I'm talking free season Cubs tickets.
yeah, I'm going NLCS
Hell yeah,
every
that's a true fan.
every
That's a true
time.
fan. Hell yeah.
All right. Would you rather be regarded as the world's best sports bettor or the world's best poker player?
I gotta go sports better, but
Okay.
that's just because me personally, sports betting.
You're too good at
also-
poker already.
Yeah, well, yeah, duh.
already there.
I bankrupted Rivers Casino, or wait, was that myself? But sports betting just makes the games way more fun to watch. So if I can watch a game
You basically
and then
win every
know that on top of it,
I'm
I'm
the best.
winning money off of it,
That's a great
and
way
then
to
also
live.
I'm the best. I think that's what I have to
You
choose.
could find a way. I mean, you'd make money if you're the world's best poker player, but you could you'd be making money off betting if you're the world's best.
It's also
sports
like a grind to play poker, like physically and
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could put $1 million on a 3-hour football game, or I could win $1 million over 10 hours of
tournament.
poker. Or
Yeah.
More than that, like the World Series
Triple
poker
that.
is 4 days, 10
Yeah.
hours set. Like, yeah, you're putting it in.
I
like-
also
just
I
gotta
just
pick
think
your-
like
pick
just
your battles.
as a sports fan too, of just like I enjoy watching sports.
yeah.
But then, like I said, being able to almost know that I'm going to win money while also just enjoying
Makes
watching
it
the
the
game.
best.
Yeah.
I like that answer.
Easy decision.
That's good.
Who's your favorite Packer player of all time?
That is a very, very tough question.
I'm gonna need. That's not even a question. So
That is, I mean, it was a question.
that's a question. It's not the question. I'm gonna need you to answer that right now.
Jordy Nelson comes to mind first. When I was a kid, my favorite player was Amon Green, number 30.
I know I'm on. Who is it?
But I think I have to go with Jordy Nelson.
All right.
And he just came. He's a lunch pail type of guy. Bring your hard hat and your lunch pail, and you go to work and you put up 18 touchdowns in a season, and you win a Super Bowl too.
So
Brett Favre is close, but he's been a little problematic recently.
I figured he had to be up there. So let's just say it's Jordy Nelson. So would you rather have a dinner with Jordy Nelson and you get to go out with him for a night, or you get to relive 7 days of college? You get to pick your 7 days.
Obviously, it's going to be Little 5.
This might be a hot take. I would choose college.
Yeah, dude. It's hard
Like,
to say no to that.
Not giving a shit about anything.
I don't really. I'm not one of those guys
I
that
don't
like
really like Jordy Nelson.
No. I'm not one of those guys that like hold like. Okay, so like say I would have said Aaron Rodgers. I loved Aaron Rodgers as a player, but I think he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he's a
Like
motherfucker.
I don't hold like my favorite sports people, and like at the end of the day, they're just people. And like, do I fuck with you or not?
That's healthy.
But being able to relive fucking college,
Yeah,
7
that's a
days of
once in a
college.
lifetime. Like, hey, if you don't make that decision, you might be able to meet Jordy Nelson in the future, but you can't go back to college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going college 10 times out of 10.
Those are some decisive answers.
I was a disgusting human in college.
Everybody was.
and he just wants to get back.
There were
And
no
I just want to go
responsibilities.
back to my roots.
God damn, that was
Just-
the best.
Just on a random Wednesday, it's 70 degrees
Yeah.
and we're out on the patio.
No chance of going to class.
What is class?
Class is done. You haven't gone in weeks.
Yeah. I have to go college every single like you have no responsibilities.
Nothing.
You're only worried about when's the next time you're going to drink when you know that it's tomorrow.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
Or just maybe even tonight.
Yeah, or maybe
Yeah, at the
15
moment now,
minutes.
at
Yeah.
7:30 a.m.
Crack a beer while you're thinking about it.
I just remember. So I went to. It was my sophomore year, so I just gotten out of pledgeship,
Holla.
and I went to Mardi Gras in St. Louis. Fun fact for people that don't know, St. Louis has the second largest Mardi Gras celebration in
Behind
the
New
United
Orleans?
States, behind New Orleans.
Nice.
And we were coming back, and it was the Sunday, which was the first night of Little 5 of the week-long celebration. We're seeing in the group me's, Matt East forgot to get the alcohol.
Oh my God, that was Little 5.
And
didn't know that.
it was the Sunday of Little 5. And back then, you could not buy alcohol in Indiana on Sundays.
right.
So we were coming in, and we see the blue Mustang pass us, going to Illinois to go buy booze for the party that's in like
You literally saw
that's
it?
in 2 hours.
Oh my God,
Yes. So funny.
that is fucking
Matt, I hope
hilarious.
that you're listening to this, and shout out you because you grinded and you came through for the boys with a bunch of peach taka and grape Kharkov and made us all lose valuable brain cells. And for that, I salute you.
I salute you as well. Yeah, he was like the worst. What was that position called? Social chair or social fund? But-
yeah, I think it was because
Matt
like
East?
Paul Lee was the social chair. That
What's
was like
that? What's that?
The funds manager?
Funds manager?
booze buyer.
Yeah, basically a glorified booze buyer. He was the worst at it, but the best at it because he would
Yes.
never remember, but he'd always jump the border.
It would
to go get
would
booze on
always
a
come
Sunday.
through, and that's the kind of guy that you need on your side.
That's what you need. I was the fibrarian. I was the Fidel librarian, and my one job was to buy ink for the printer. I didn't buy it one time. Jay Kurahashi Sofai finally
Cleaned his room.
bought it and installed it and did everything, and I took the credit for it. So thank you, Jay, for doing that. And
Shout out Jay, friend
shout
of
out
the pod.
Jay Kurahashi Sofai.
We got to get
dude.
him on the pod.
Dude, he could talk. Yeah, he's an interesting dude.
We'll
He
get
was-
Jay on the pod.
Shout
Yeah,
out Carter. I think the only reason he gave me a bid is because I was wearing a Packers beanie. So thanks
Probably,
Carter.
dude. It's funny to think like how thin your bid like chances were. Like
Yeah.
mine
Oh, yeah.
were very thin, dude. I name dropped a girl that I had no clue who she was. I had a class with like a PFE, and I was like talking to Stratford in a circle of like 10 dudes. I go, oh yeah, do you know blah blah? I have no idea who it is at the time. And he's like, oh, okay. And he gave me like a look. I go, yes, I'm in. And I'm like about to walk out, like walking out super slowly, like, please, somebody stop me. And he grabs me on the shoulder and goes, hey, dude.
Dude, so you know what's her name? You must be sick.
Dude, literally never talked to the girl. I only like knew her name through roll call in this Spanish class.
Oh my God.
And I fucking dropped it, dude.
Yeah, how's your Spanish? I was just going to ask.
Dude, I can't believe that. Yeah, that's basically why. Like, if I didn't say something, I probably would not have gotten in.
It's so arbitrary.
Dude, super arbitrary. Dude.
Or like you're talking to the rush chair when they're fucking hungover and no one gets
Yeah.
no one gets bids, or you know what I mean? Like
Exactly, dude. Like the funniest move I ever heard was do you know Dong?
I don't think so.
So friend of the pod, he'll
Dong.
probably we should actually get him on sometime.
Yeah,
He'd
we
be
should
good.
definitely get Dong.
Dong Kim, awesome guy.
He might have been before my time.
He rushed late. Like I think he might have got to IU late.
He rushed the year after we did.
Yeah, I think he rushed late, and his power move was he showed up
He
with
always had a joint in his ear.
fat baseball bat of a joint in his
Parked
ear.
in his ear.
Just no problem. Like, hey, I'm here. Never got a bid, dude.
Damn.
Fuck it. You gotta try though. You gotta try.
You gotta
Yeah.
stand out.
Yeah, he's still the man. I love him, dude. He ended up living with our best boy, Ian. So good dude. But yeah, all in all,
Speaking of not getting in, Toronto said no. We might get in.
What's the score?
3-0 series. Florida could have shut the Maple Leafs out tonight. The Maple Leafs won, so the series is now 3-1 Florida. We've got Golden State, LA tomorrow night. Actually, no, they are tonight.
They're tonight.
LA could put the series away tonight. We've got Miami, New York playing right now. We're in the fourth quarter.
Heat
7
have
minutes
been
to go.
mounting a furious comeback.
No. The Heat were up. early.
No. In this game, they were down like 18.
No, the Heat were up, and then the Knicks went up. Now the Heat are back up, or the Heat are back down. Regardless, it's a close game. It's 3
Heat were
minutes
down
to go.
18. I'm right.
And we got another hockey game. We got Connor McDavid. We got Draisaitl on the ice tonight. I have a bet on Draisaitl over 3 shots. Let's get it. Any outstanding bets tonight before we recap it up?
I'm gonna throw a bunch
I
of money down
had
after
Florida.
this.
I had Florida in that hockey game.
You thought they were going to close out. Anything else?
Toronto is starting a rookie.
They suck.
They suck, and they're starting a rookie goalie. I'm like, I fell into the trap. The bear trap is fully
Trap
on my
out.
leg.
Yeah.
Any other bets out there?
I was betting on a bunch of day baseball and actually did pretty well. But
Hey.
I don't think I have too much for later tonight.
Hey, we always have Rivers. We go to Rivers after this.
Rivers is.
It actually
calling
is a
my
perfect
name.
night for me to do it,
It's
but I'm not going to
calling
push
my
it.
name. We can't.
A lot of action on sports. We'll see what happens this Miami game. We'll see what happens tonight. We got probably my favorite matchup in hockey right now. Just watching Connor McDavid and Draisaitl.
That Oilers.
Edmonton Knights is going to be fun tonight. It's a 2-3 I think series. No, yeah, 2-3 series, 2-1 series actually. So we'll see what happens. It's been a crazy week of sports. I've appreciated this year NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs, like 2 or 3 games a night for 3 weeks is really fun. But yeah, updating you guys on sports for my closing thoughts. What you guys got?
Nothing. Anything good? Good night. You have anything to plug? Any shows you got going on, Winsel, or what's going on?
Yeah, check out my feet finder. It's Bigfoot Brian.
Oh boy.
Socks on or socks off?
Socks are off. Baby. We go barefoot.
Ooh,
We go barefoot.
that's spicy.
So yeah, subscribe to that. My OnlyFans is also live.
Absolutely.
We'll drop the link in the bio.
That's only full frontal. So no ass pics.
I just imagine you full frontal, hands at your side in the mirror.
And I'm always soft.
Hey.
It's no erection. It's just flaccid wiener, whether you like it or not.
Hey, there's a market for it.
Hopefully, trying to pay the bills.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you coming on, dude, on short notice. Much appreciated, brother.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun, guys. Hopefully, I get the call back out of the.
There'll be a
bullpen.
call back.
We're running towards the end of our list, so there'll be some repeats coming on, baby.
You guys only know 5 people.
Exactly. I know. You're the 5th person. We
5
know.
people that'll say yes. At
The
least.
next person's my mom, and she's too far away.
Well,
so she can't
hey,
make it.
if Ben Nettles does listen to this, he's been clamoring to get on.
We'll get him on, baby.
We got some backups.
He'll be
Ben
cool. I'm
is
joking.
getting on.
Oh, Ben's a backup. That's hilarious.
No.
I'm gonna give him shit for
He's
that.
primary.
I'm
He's
saying
primary.
Yaz is talking out of his ass.
Ben, if you
got
hear
a
this, you're a
lineup.
backup.
I'm just self-deprecation is funny to me. But yeah, you got it. We all good here?
Peace.
Appreciate it.